Well, Mickey, we had a lovely interview with you after the ODIs, a very lengthy chat. But this is a different sort of chat, and we want to discuss the PSL draft, even though you were not there. But we were told by Wasim Akram that they were on the phone with you and you discussed selections and all that sort of thing beforehand.
Yeah, I was very much there, even though I wasn't. I was sitting in my hotel room in Abu Dhabi, but I had my iPad open, I was on the phone, and I was speaking to Salman and Wazim and Tariq and Rashid constantly on WhatsApp. So I knew what was going on, and I was giving my input there.
So, Mickey, there seem to be a few surprises for fans in terms of Karachi Kings, but I would say Karachi Kings retained their core. The one surprising factor was that, you let Joe Delney go. So, what was the reasoning behind that?
Well, I think first and foremost, I think that we wanted to retain our core players, and we wanted to retain our core players, our core Pakistani players, because I think the more quality you get with your Pakistani players, the more you build a brand and the more continuity you get in terms of your team. The overseas players come and go. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep Munro, Denley and Ingram. We couldn't keep them all. We had to let one go, and unfortunately it was Joe. Now, we did a lot of I did a lot of research into that, and Joe's playing particularly well at the moment for England. He got a man of the match in the 2020 series. England are touring West Indies at that time. Joe's not in their one-day team at the moment, but in those conditions with his leg spin and batting, he could very well find himself in the England setup, and that England tour falls exactly over the PSL. So when we weighed all that up, if we wanted to invest in Joe and keep him, there was a real possibility that he wouldn't be available, and we knew Ingram and Munro, we've got them for the whole PSL. So it was just a bit of a guarantee, but very disappointed to lose Joe because he was such an integral part of our team last year.
We seem to have a surprise factor in Aaron Summers, a very young and upcoming player, and people are saying he's going to be the new speed king. So presumably, since you're in a sense from that part of the world, you knew about him, and would you say he's a great pick, a great find?
Well, he's unproven. He's a find. That's what he is. He bowls at 150. He's incredibly athletic, very good in the field, hits a long ball, and he's a very, very good prospect. He's played one game for Hobart Hurricanes. He's on the Tasmania staff as a rookie, but we heard a lot about him. Wazim was very keen to get him, and I mean, it's mouth-watering, isn't it? A young up-and-coming quick coming to work with Wasim Akram is going to be fantastic within the group. So it was not a surprise choice because we'd done our homework on it, but it's a pick that we think could hopefully be the pick of the PSL.
And talking about the Wasims, Wasim Akram and Imad Wasim, Salman Iqbal was asked on draft day, about the continuity of captain, which is a very good thing. So tell us a bit about that, and also do you feel that Wasim Akram will have impact on Imad's batting, which he's been trying to improve for the last few years?
I'm just so looking. I had a chat to Wazim this morning, and I'm really looking forward to working with him. Imad's batting, I'll get right. I want Wazim to help us with the wrist position of Mohamed Amir. If he can do that's a mouth-watering prospect, isn't it? And then also to just have a man of that stature around the group is going to be fantastic. So, yeah, really, really excited. And I think continuity of captain is so important. I think Imad Wazim's a good captain. I think he's a very good captain. He's a very good cricketer, we know that. So I'm looking forward to seeing him lead Karachi Kings again next season and hopefully lead us to some success.
And Mickey, looking at the other squads, this year everything seemed a lot more professional, more firm. Home team had done their homework. They knew which players they wanted to pick. So who is the squad that you would say is going to be a formidable opponent?
Look, I have to be honest. I think every squad is very good. Every squad, as you're right, have done their homework. It was very good to see a lot of squads retain their players because that's how you kind of build that PSL brand. The public and the fans get sort of identify with a player, and they know that, like a Shadab is Islamabad United. They know Wahab Riaz is a Zalmi boy. They know Imad Wazim, Mohamed Amir and Baba Azam are Karachi boys. I think that's good instead of seeing them drift around too much. So the retentions I think were good, and every squad is certainly strengthened in key positions. So I think it's going to be a very competitive PSL this year.
Mickey, what about the openness that we've had for Karachi Kings in the last few years? Now, looking at this year, if you're looking at the middle order as well, if you're looking at AB de Villiers and Steve Smith being the formidable batsmen in opposing sides, what do you think about Karachi Kings' opening order and just going a bit lower down the order?
No, I think we blessed with some very good players. I mean, you got Munro and Baba Azam, two of the most both in fact are in the top 5 in world 2020 batting. So that's unbelievable. We'll then have we'll have a local player at number 3. We've got Colin Ingram, who's a proven performer at 4. You sit with a Ravi Bapara. We sit with a Sikandar Raza, who's a very good all-round cricketer. Imad can bat, and we haven't even mentioned Mohammad Rizwan, who's just come off a fantastic A series. So we're blessed with a lot of batsmen. We've got a young emerging batsman who's very, very good. We've got another opening batsman that's explosive from Rawalpindi. So Zia, I think his name is. Oh, Zia. So I'm comfortable. We covered in that department. We covered with our quick bowlers, and we've got enough in the spin bowling department to give us variation. So we cover all bases.
Avezia, of course, has played here before the last few seasons with Pakistan. But talking about Imad Wasim, you mentioned his batting. Initially, he seemed to feel, although he doesn't say it openly, that he would like to bat a little bit up the order. Then perhaps he'll be utilised better even in the Pakistan side. Would you consider doing that for Karachi Kings? Not as high as he did last year. I mean, not at number 3, but perhaps number 5.
Yeah, certainly. And I think he has the capability, and he's got the ability to certainly do that. So yeah, that's something we would seriously consider doing, because he's destructive. He can win games with the bat. He's proven it in domestic cricket. He's done it at times in international cricket too. So definitely. I mean, I'd love Imad to take that responsibility, and him and I sit down, discuss it with Wasim, and get him higher in the order, because he can win games. And if he's doing that, that's brilliant for Pakistan cricket as well.
Mickey, the team will be going to South Africa, of course, where you'll be playing, a full series. So that will be taking place before PSL. Are you happy, that there'll be a bit of a gap by the time you come back, and, hopefully no injuries?
Yeah, hopefully no injuries, Razia. The international schedule is just so hectic. I mean, we've been here since September the 8th. It feels like we've been here a lifetime. And then straight from here, we go straight to South Africa for 2 months, come straight back to the PSL, Australia for 5 ODIs, 2 weeks off, and then we go to England for 5 ODIs and into the World Cup. So there is no break for us. It's up to us as management to manage our players properly, to make sure that we get them all to the World Cup, which is really important for us, all fit, firing and ready to go.
Thank you so much.